The following program was paid for by Southern American Media. Fox 30 WGBC invites you to the talk of all the towns in East Mississippi and West Alabama. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty Ray and Candace.
The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views and positions of this TV station.
And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, along with Miss Candace.
That's right. Good morning.
Big thank you to WMOX. I did an interview with them a few moments ago. We talked about things going on in the area. Appreciate them inviting me to be a part of their show this morning.
Yes.
So what you up to there, Candace?
Not much. I'm just, relishing, and I guess I'm fixing to have to give up some money.
Did you watch?
I did watch, but do you remember me saying at some point that if he didn't say it within a certain amount of time, that I would owe you $5?
No. We've actually got Memorex on all of that.
Speaking. No, he did say he was.
And Candace wouldn't back off. I gave her opportunity.
Yeah, he started hounding me beforehand. He was calling me and harassing me early on in the evening.
Saying, do you got $5? Do you need to borrow? We also have a loan company over here with a little interest involved in that.
Oh, goodness.
So go ahead. Can you say
You were right.
Can you say it slow and like?
You were right, Scotty Ray. You better mark that down because I'm not going to say that a whole lot.
Okay. And this is where, and let's be honest, she even has the $5. Look at this.
I got the $5.
And if you're just tuning in, going, what are we talking about? Candace bet me $5 that Donald would not run for president. And I knew without a shadow of a doubt that he was. The man cannot handle not winning. Mm-hmm. Now,
Go buy you some Christmas cake, Scotty Ray.
I can get one box.
One box.
Of Little Debbie's. But as we look at this, we do not know what is going to happen now.
Yeah.
You've got Ron DeSantis, who is most likely interested in running.
Mm-hmm. But, he's not going to say that right now because he just got reelected as governor.
Yeah, it'll take a few weeks.
Mm-hmm. I had heard the other day that somebody said that he probably should wait at least 6 months to a year before he does announce that.
I can see that.
To be fair to the Floridians,
They apparently want him to run. And so what does everybody think? The ultimate thing, as you and I talked about before we went live, would be for the two to join forces.
That'd be great. I believe they would be unstoppable.
It would be.
Really.
For the betterment of that party, that would be the dream ticket. Mm-hmm. Somehow or another, I don't think it's going to work out.
Yeah.
That's my gut. It's a shame that behind the scenes that's not already done and then another announcement to come.
And I've heard that Trump has said things against DeSantis, but I have not heard him say that.
Well,
I don't know what exactly he said.
He gave him a nickname, and I can't remember what it was at this point, but he gave him a nickname. It wasn't the greatest that I've ever heard.
Right.
Mike Pence, of course, doing his interview. And
a lot of people say DeSantis 2024. That would be great, but if they run against each other, I don't know how that's going to.
Well, you have to look at the media for the last 6 years, however long it's been. Their sole job has been to destroy Donald, to where no matter who you are, you don't like him.
Yeah.
Truthfully, let's be honest about it. It even has increased in the last 2 years. The entire January 6th thing, every time it's brought up, they attach his name to make you dislike him that much more. Right. They don't care who wins it, so long as it's not Trump, because they have a true, I won't use the H word, but dislike for him. Deep. It's bad. Because you know why? He keeps them in check. That's why they don't want him.
Well, I think he did a lot of good things for the country. A lot of people don't like him just because of his personality and how he gloats on himself.
He can't help it.
Yeah, and that I don't like that part.
But I can live with it.
Yeah, I can live with it too.
If I've got money in my pocket, my family is better off. Let him brag. It's okay.
Well, and he's trying to, I'm just for whoever is ready to get this country back on track, because it is a train wreck right now. The way things are going in the country, that's just obvious.
It's going to be more step up to the thing and say that they want to be president at this point. Mike Pence is going to be one of them that wants to run. He will not win in any shape. Bless him. I think he's a good fella. He said some things that I don't agree with over him and Trump's disagreements, but so be it.
But he's got a book out now.
He's trying to sell some books.
So I think it's So Help Me God is the name of it.
Mine's going to be called So Help Me Candace.
Mine's going to be I'm $5 poorer.
Honestly, you had no idea that I was going to win that.
I kind of.
I'm talking about from the beginning when you made the statement, and I gave you ample opportunity to back out, and I kept going, Candace.
And last night I kept telling him, "Don't count your chickens before they hatch."
Those chickens had already been. They were running around in the yard 2 years ago.
Well, I'm sure, but anyway. But Mike Pence, I've seen where he's putting his book out. He's released, he's selling a book. He's written a book and he's selling a book, and I do think he seems like a good man. He seems like a good Christian man.
We do believe that.
I'm sure nobody's gonna. I don't care how good you are. Everybody's not gonna agree with you.
No.
And I don't care how good you are. And people are they're gonna say bad things. They just are. But I just think that. I think he's a good speaker, a very well-spoken man, but I don't know that he would have to get up and go to.
No, it's kind of like Jeb.
To fight for the country,
Low key. Yeah, and you want a fighter. When it comes to people picking on our country, we want somebody that's going to stand tall.
Yeah.
And that puts Old Glory first, America. That's what I want.
Right.
I don't care who it is. Somebody
and I think he did that. I think he was for our country.
It was, but I'm saying he's
100%.
not that.
Yeah.
He's not your Clint Eastwood, is what I'm getting at. Right. I think I need Clint Eastwood standing up there, or maybe I need Texas Walker Ranger, being the symbol of the buck stops here. You ain't coming over here.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens. LaWanda says that Pence was on Fox earlier this morning. I missed that.
I heard him. I heard him this morning, and I heard him yesterday on Sean Hannity on the radio, talk radio. And it was pretty much the same speech, that he gave. But, he said that they were very close friends when they were together in the White House. They just, in the end, it didn't.
They parted company.
It ended well, it didn't end well there for a while, but then they parted ways on a decent note, I'll say.
There's your nickname.
And then,
That's Ron's new nickname.
Sanctimonious.
That's what Trump called him.
Well, anyway.
God bless him. You can't help but like the old fella there.
But I do think it's going to be a busy election time.
Yeah,
or what do you call it?
Now, polls are telling us right now. This is only polls are for whatever you want to call them, but a poll still has Donald over Ronald nationwide. Florida, that wouldn't be the same. I do not know, because there's going to be a lot of changes in between now and when you pick who the GOP candidate will be. It will be a lot of changes. I cannot sit here and tell you that something worse isn't coming. We can't tell you that in the end that the two will not work it out and team up.
Right.
It's not likely.
I don't know if I put all my confidence in polls after this last election.
Or the one before that.
Right. So, I don't know. I think you really don't know to the very end how things are going to go. You can just hope for the best, I'm
going to wait to talk about this until I know more about it, but I had somebody mention a fire, and I'm with smoke, but I'm going to wait till I know exactly if it's something or not before I say what that is.
We got a lot of people watching this morning.
Morning, y'all. Hope you're feeling good and got it all going today.
Winnie Bartley, John Bradley, J.T. Rigdon, Roy Ellis. Good morning.
All right. We'll talk about what's going on locally. We're going to do that next here in just a moment, so don't go anywhere. You got time to run, get you something to drink. Don't go far. We'll be right back.
On this field, as on the gridiron, each inch is fought for and marked by sweat. Each inch taken through disciplined training. With a Kubota L2501 tackling each inch in the trenches, whether those inches are measured here or here, all adding up to yards. For each yard, Kubota measures victory, and the touchdown is Parrish Tractor. Here, we're much more than a tractor store.
At the Back Porch, we're bringing families back together for fun, food, and all the things you love to enjoy around your home. Everything starts with a great grill, cookware, and accessories. Add in locally sourced meat and dairy, frozen vegetables and casseroles, and over 500 brands of spices and sauces. Relax in our chairs, swings, and daybeds and have fun with our cornhole boards. From animal print coolers to authentic Louis Vuitton purses, we have what you need. When you see the big chair, you've made it to the Back Porch.
And welcome back. We are Scotty Ray and Candace as this morning comes about. And I'm sending a text because I need to address this. I don't want anybody to and again, it's live, so it is what it is. But let me, I got a text, and this is not to make anybody panic because officials are handling this right now. I just got a text stating that, and again, officials are on the scene, no flames before I get into this, but a fire has been reported this morning in the West Lauderdale area at West Lauderdale Middle School. As they do this, the building has been being evacuated now. They're doing a hand count. There are no flames. They have seen some smoke, and they are working on that. We look, it's the 5th grade building is where this is. When we get more information on this, we will pass this along to you. And again, we don't want anybody to panic on this. There are no flames. Everything is okay. There's most likely some type of electrical issue as they work on this. And Candace had stepped out to make a call to see if she could find out. Come on back in. It's live. It'll be okay.
Okay.
As and you made a phone call about that to check in.
Everything's okay as of right now. So,
That's good. But again, it's just smoke. They are evacuating the building, is what we understand, and doing a head count to make sure everybody's there. So the threat is not. This is not one of those.
Did
oh
you
my
mention
gosh.
where?
Yes, we talked about it.
Yeah, I just spoke to somebody that works there, and she said they don't even see any smoke.
So that's good.
Everything's okay. So,
But that is
she
happening.
Said that they just called for a fire drill, so everybody's fine. Don't worry.
That's good. If you see a lot of fire trucks running that way, that's what that's about. We don't want you to panic.
Yeah.
So that's what we've got shaking this morning. And
Yeah.
I've sent out some text, and as soon as we get more information, we'll update you on that.
Yeah.
Now, as we move along on a early, what today, Wednesday?
It is.
Is it me, or do these just come so much?
Faster. Yes, they do. Of course, Friday don't come fast enough. It just seems like, Friday doesn't get here quick enough, but no, time does fly.
As
It really does.
1 week and a day, 8 days away is going to be Thanksgiving. And you're going out of town for a Thanksgiving get together.
Yeah, we're going to see my stepson in New Mexico. So
Yeah, have fun with
we are.
that.
Yeah.
Who's doing the cooking? Are you putting it all in the
I
car
don't know.
pre-cooked?
I don't know. We're not taking it with us or anything. So
That is,
we're not. We'll probably just cook something there.
well, that'll work out. And don't forget, if you're local, you can go buy the pig. If you're not a cook, Joe's doing all the cooking, even down to getting the dressing. They even got
right.
that cooked up.
Yeah. Do you get house sitters or anything when you're gone?
You talking about for your pups?
No, for the house. Do you ever do that?
I'm never gone.
Oh yeah, I know some people.
But a lot of people
Yeah,
do that
they
nowadays.
do,
Are
yeah.
you doing that?
Yeah, I think we are. Yeah. Yeah,
if you
just
move
to
my-
make sure everything's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it pays good, I might would want to do it. A little part-time work on the side.
Yeah. I don't know.
Whoever's doing it's got
But I'll
like
pay you $5. How about that?
they've got to feed 40 dogs every day.
Oh yes, it's
Like
a job.
that's dog central over there, y'all.
It is.
All right, let's get into what went on overnight in the Meridian area as we get this. We did have someone shot in Meridian last night as you're waking up. There was a lot of shots, and we're going to cover all of these this morning as we get underway. But we did have a drive-by shooting in the Meridian area within the city limits. Let's pull this up so you can see this. Drive-by shooting that happened in the area of the 2000 block of 42nd Avenue. It was a female that was shot. She was shot multiple times as the car drove by, fired shots into the home. We do not know her condition at this point, but let's pull up the map, Candace, so we can see this.
Okay.
Right in this area here, 42nd, right in that area right there, just northwest of Highland Park, where that would be. East Mississippi State Hospital is over here. This would be that gas station. It would be straight down from there. That area right along in there is where those shots took place last night. If you were out and about, you wanted to know what. And I had a lot of inboxes of what are all the cops, what are all that noise going on. That's
Right.
what went on. Now, and as we often mention, as shootings happen like that, shots happen around, and almost instantly this comes about. If you hear shots here, there's a bunch of them,
Yeah.
something is going to happen before the night is out. Last night was no different than others. As we look at this, shots were reported on 48th Avenue. As we look at that, that's near Highland Park also. Let me pull up the map here and show you. As you look at this, Highland Park, 48th Avenue, as you pull this up, would be due north of here. It was about 30 shots reported, somewhere between 23rd. Rapid fire being done in that. Now, daylight is coming.
It's like the same area.
Yeah.
You know, it's a
Now,
Just keeps reoccurring.
we'll see, because if things can change in between. It's dark, you can't really see. We may find out that a home has been hit, got damage here as people wake up and start looking around. We'll let you know if that's the case. We also had one kind of out of place. If you work over where near Mitchell Companies are, 49th Avenue, just east of where Highway 19 is, where we talk about a lot of gunfire. We had shots fired in that area last night on 1st Street, right along here. This would be right here where Budweiser is, and it would be just due north of there that shots would be fired. Now, let's pull up the map where you can see this. As we dive into this is 1st Street. This is Meridian Cycles. This is Highway 19 into College Park. It would be the 1st Street, take a right, and on this street right here, in between there and that red light, that's where shots were fired last night. No one hurt, no one injured is what we know.
Yeah, I grew up playing on 50th Avenue. My grandparents lived over there, and we'd stay outside all the time. This just makes me sad. It really does. That it's gotten to this point.
I think everybody feels that right there.
'Cause, I mean, you know, people have children that they would like to let them outside to play without worrying about them all the time, and they just can't do that. They cannot do that over there without worrying, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Now, we would also have shots fired last night in the 32nd Avenue area. Let's pull that up and take a look where that was. This is going to be east of Highland Park. We're back in the same neighborhood as we look at this. And I think I've got a map already pulled up to where we can zoom in on this. Yeah, 16th Street, 32nd Avenue. Let's look at this. Here we are, right there. This is 16th Street leads directly to Highland Park. This would be just due east of there in that area there. And as you'll see, that's not really that far from 8th Street, just due north of there. Shots fired again, no one was hurt that we're aware of. I want to be perfectly honest with everyone about this. Now, the next thing that we want to do, I got this sent to me, and this is from Poplar Springs Drive. Anybody know where that is?
Yes.
Pretty major fairway.
Yeah, I saw this, but I was trying to determine where it was on Poplar Springs.
45th Avenue is where this, 45th Street.
Okay.
Let me get my direction straight on that. As we pull this up to take a look, let's listen to this. This is someone's doorbell, kind of like what you've got. You've got one of these things. If you will notice, as we look at the screen, look back in here, watch this area right here. As this starts, you're going to hear this in just a moment. Now, that was a gunshot. That was in the middle of the night. That did happen. No one was hurt. No one was injured on that as well. That's the good news on that. Okay, we got great news. Okay. I just got an update from West Lauderdale Middle School where the fire alarm, it turns out there was an air conditioning unit that malfunctioned. There was not a fire ever. It may have sent off a little electrical smoke there for a moment, so everything is good.
Yeah.
So we're happy to see that again. So spread the word there.
But the great news is, too, that they were prepared. The kids did a fire drill. They got out. Everybody's fine, and it's great.
Yeah, so a big thank you to everybody on that as I send back some thank yous on that for letting us know what actually went on there. It's live. That's the way we do it. But thankfully, no one hurt. Everybody evacuated. It was a good little drill, like you said. Gives you a little practice.
Yeah, well, I remember back in school, we always did fire drills, tornado drills. So they really do prepare the kids in the case that something like that does happen.
Yeah.
So it's a good thing.
Big thank you to all those who are firefighters that go out there. And it's a special thing at working with kids.
Yeah.
Thank y'all so much there. So let's see here. As we looked at that, but there was a lot of comments on that post of, I don't understand what you're showing me. That flash, a gun that is fired at night has a flash. During the daytime, you won't see that. If you've ever shot right at dark at a target, you can't see for just a second with a high-powered rifle.
Right.
Or right at daybreak. Not that I've ever fired a gun before daybreak. No, never do something like that. Let's go to North Frontage Road. We shared this earlier on the 6:30 show there of an accident that happened. And you say, how on earth could a car flip on North Frontage Road? Well, it happened. It can easily happen when a car bumps the back of another car.
Yeah.
It can swerve and cause it to roll.
Fishtail.
They call it the pit maneuver. If we had Sheriff Solly in with us, he could tell us all about the pit maneuver of training. He said he can't wait to go back and burn some tires and practice again. Yeah. But as we look at this, let's pull this up so you can see this. Again, this is North Frontage Road right near Kentucky Fried Chicken. Do y'all see this right here? I'm going to hit play so you can see the car. It goes a little closer. Look at that.
Goodness.
Let's pause that for a moment there as you'll see the car totally upside down. Now, no serious injuries. I think some transport there, but it was a minivan involved with that car, and a scary moment there.
But it was on that street. It wasn't on the interstate, right?
It was North Frontage.
Right, okay. Yeah.
Right there past, you go through the red light past McDonald's, there's Kentucky Fried, and then there's your car upside down. But let me tell you something. Firefighters and the emergency officials were on that, and that was cleaned up in 15 to 18 minutes. It was quick. Traffic was flowing again.
That's good. Yes, that's very good. I'm just glad nobody was hurt.
Yeah.
It's always a scary thing when a car flips.
And, we've had
Because not everybody
lot.
wears their seatbelt.
No, they don't. That's what happened the other night there on I-20 where we lost life with a man from Alabama.
Yeah.
Was thrown from a vehicle. We also had another accident in Meridian yesterday up by the hospitals. Now, I didn't get video from this one, but I got a lot of calls that said, hey, there's a wreck, and I couldn't get there. 23rd Avenue and 14th Street, where Mr. Discount is right there at that red light.
Yes.
That's where that wreck happened. It was some injuries. Didn't have far to go. They were right there at the hospital.
Yeah.
I guess if you're going to have an accident, that's the place to go.
But everybody was okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, they were transported. Nothing serious. They did have to be checked out there. But thank heavens nobody was seriously injured in that. We did have another car flip yesterday. This would be out east of town toward Russell on I-20. Let's pull this up. We had a car flip there at mile marker 164. Now, as we get into this, I did learn that there were some children on the back seat. Everybody was buckled in. Mom got out, and as firefighters got there, they were trying to help get the kids out. I think everybody was okay.
Yeah.
But again, it's a scary
thing as a parent when you have a child in there and something happens. I know I've been there. Scary, So I'm glad everybody's okay.
Yeah. Good morning, Carolyn. Glad to see you're joining us. Appreciate you.
Good morning to and happy birthday to Shane Smith.
How old is Shane?
I don't know. I don't think they gave us.
You can't be telling us your birthday. You got to give up those ages.
Yeah, but April Roberts said happy birthday, Shane.
Yeah, I hope it's a big one there for you.
Yes.
Already 8:22. Let's talk about Clark County. I know you got friends down there.
Yeah.
Sheriff's Department's got a friend, too, they're looking for. And they need your help locating their friend. Let's go ahead and show their picture. As we go here, do you know this gentleman? Now, he's not convicted. They're saying that he possibly could be a person of interest in a burglary. If he looks familiar, contact the Sheriff's Department at 776-5252 is how you reach them. Ask for Barry, Todd, or just any deputy. They'll talk to you. Could be a slow day.
Maybe so, but hopefully they'll catch who they're looking for,
Yeah.
And she says that Shane is 50.
You go, boy. I hope they throw a big old birthday and you have to call fire department to put out all the candles.
Yeah.
You don't turn 50 but once. Enjoy it.
Or just say, if you put that many candles on top of a cake, they're going to probably all melt together and form one big sheet of wax. That happened. Well, maybe not 50, but 70-something will.
I thought it was your birthday.
No, my grandfather. One time I thought I was going, he deserves all these candles, They all melted, and I had to, peel the whole top layer of the cake off to be able to eat it.
Kidding.
No, it was a sheet of wax.
So do you, let me ask this, do you make your own birthday cakes or do you buy birthday cakes now? What is the preferred?
I sometimes make them, but yesterday I ended up buying one for my husband. So I got him a real pretty, it was a red velvet cake.
I got a community group text about that.
Oh, did you?
2 years, already slipping, no longer homemade cakes.
I didn't have time.
She thinks she's got him now. She's got him hooked.
No.
It starts that way.
I do, which he's probably going to say, no, she don't. But I do bake cakes periodically when I have time. I'll bake cakes, but
let's be honest about this. You know how the ladies there, boy, how they get a man interested, and boy, they can cook and do all that good stuff. And there in the first 3-4 months, he's getting it all.
Yeah.
And slowly but surely, it's opening up a can of Campbell's and dumping it in, if you get that.
Be glad you get that, Scotty Ray.
Yeah, sometimes I have to open a can myself. and don't know what to do with it.
Or look, go through the drive-thru, but I think the drive-thru is about to break everybody. I mean, fast food is not cheap food anymore.
No, it's not a quick thing.
No.
You better be budgeting. But as you talk, I honestly, and if you're watching it, I can't cook on a grill. I cannot cook. If something happened to my dear wife, I would have trouble.
Yeah.
Because I cannot. I have to find leftovers or something that you can stick in the microwave. I can't do it. I can't even cook on a grill.
Well, you better be learning, Scotty Ray.
At 50, what do you do?
I'm sure everybody can learn. You're never too old to learn new things. So
Who told you that?
you're not.
Sure.
No, I don't suggest getting out and running a marathon if you know. But,
Sometimes walking to get you.
but look, happy birthday to Polly Crocker also today. So I hope you have a wonderful birthday. And let's see, somebody else had another birthday.
Greg
Flowers is having a birthday. He's 54 years old. Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Also, Jim Harris. Happy birthday.
Jim's having a birthday. Love Jim to death. Great folks there. Candace has even got the
And y'all made
sneeze.
me sneeze. Goodness.
It's the lights that do it in the studio.
I don't know what it is. I was trying to fight it off, y'all.
That's a bad feeling when you want to do
Live
that.
TV is just not my friend. It is not. I'll get to having like a coughing spell, something.
Get to leave room.
Sorry.
It does. It's just, and that's what it is. It's live and welcome. Again, we'll be right back. We've got so much more to talk about this morning as our day begins with each other. Right now, still chilly in the 40s as we wait for high of only about 53.
If you're looking for a deal, go to Facebook and type in East Mississippi Online Marketplace. Scroll through all of the pictures that are there and pick the item that you want to bid on. Bids end on Wednesday night and Sunday nights at 8 p.m. And the winning bid can pick up the product the next day. Again, it's easy to do. Go to Facebook, type in East Mississippi Online Marketplace, and find the items that you want to bid on and save a bunch of money. That's 2 different auctions, Wednesday and Sunday night. Both sales end at 8 p.m.
When you gear up and journey out, with nothing but you and the wilderness for miles, just remember, you're the boss. Steel MS-271 Farm Boss, built for the toughest jobs. Journey onward.
The Neshoba County Co-op is your one-stop shop for all your camouflage and clothing needs. To stylish flannel shirts and those warm Carhartt jackets. Maybe it's a new set of pants you need or bib overalls. A large selection of t-shirts and the latest fashions and colors when it comes to scrubs. A big selection of kids' clothing and Carhartt with jackets and more. With John Deere toys and a whole lot more. If it's on Santa's list, it can be found at the Neshoba County Co-op, 338 West Main Street, Philadelphia.
And welcome back with Scotty Ray and Candace as we begin our day. And let's go back over what we found out earlier. West Lauderdale Elementary, as it turns out.
Middle school.
Middle school.
Middle school, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, there is a difference.
Yeah, there's difference. They're not all on the same campus anymore. So, yeah.
The break, I forgot
middle
that.
school, yeah.
It's middle school, West Lauderdale. There was a fire reported. It dealt with an air conditioner. It is out now. It was a small something happened in the attic. Everything's been taken care of. Kids are safe. Fire department on scene. Everything is handled. We appreciate all the comments and thoughts on that. So no worries for you babies.
Yeah.
Can I say that, babies?
Babies. You can say whatever.
What was that used here, Baby's Kids? Was that a TV show? Where did
Was
I
that
get?
in Living Color?
Maybe I believe it was.
I think, yeah.
What was her name? LaWanda.
I think so.
Was she? Boy, that was funny. I really liked that.
What was her? Was that her name?
Well, that was one of them
Yeah.
that was on there where she'd stand. It was him
funny.
dressed as a woman.
It was
He's
Jamie
got-
Foxx.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. It was. He's funny.
I like
He's
him a whole
funny
lot.
guy. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Carolyn Burton says. Carolyn Holcomb, excuse me, says happy birthday to all the people who have one today.
We got some celebrities we're going to tell you about that you might be celebrating a birthday with. Let's get into a few things that happened on this date as we turn back time. This one, when I say the year, you're going to go, why are you bringing up somebody from 1907? Because you know this guy
He was
so
funny.
good.
He was so funny.
Anybody remember this guy? Burgess Meredith. Maybe the name does it, but grumpier old man. He played the dad, and also he played Rocky's trainer in all of those movies. Wow, 1907.
He was a funny little man. He was.
He was so funny in that grumpier old man hitting on them women.
Oh yeah.
in the grocery store.
If you ever watch the outtakes, or the little clips at the end, have you ever seen those?
Yes.
Where they, take, but he was so funny, some of the stuff he said, because I think he just thought of it on a whim.
He was that quick.
Yeah.
Jeff Dean says he can't
Quick-witted.
cook. He set off the fire alarm once or twice in his house. Yeah, I do the same though.
I'm bad about burning. My kids have this, they always joke with me because I always burn the bread. I don't care what kind of bread, except for cornbread. I didn't burn that. But any kind of rolls or anything, I put them in there. And if I didn't set a timer, I'd forget them. So, yeah.
That's happened here once or twice.
Oh, yeah. I'm bad about it.
I got another confirmation there that all kids are safe. Everything is underway safe at West Elementary. Let me say that right. No, middle.
School.
Why have I got that stuck in my head?
Yeah, we're going to have everybody freaking out. No,
middle school.
Right.
But
everything's fine.
Yep. 1960, this young lady walked into the studio, and it would end up being a classic that today has still not been beat. As we find out that Patsy recorded "I'll Fall to Pieces."
Yes. I love that song. It's pretty.
She was a beautiful lady there, and what talent she had.
I do like Patsy Cline. She's
A lot
one
of folks
my
did.
Idols.
The guy that is known for being one of the most best Southern gentlemen there ever was really not a Southerner at all. He would come from Ohio, but you would know him as a Southerner without a doubt. Who am I talking about? The gentleman himself. He had class. There's no other way to word this man. He had that charisma about him.
Yeah.
He would die at 59 on this date back in 1960. Clark Gable passed away today.
He played Rhett Butler.
Captain Rhett Butler. I really liked him. And in any movie that he played, you can't describe it. Somebody that's just got that,
Yeah.
I don't know the word that I'm looking for, but Rhett had it.
Yeah, I guess you could say like Jimmy Johnson's got his book out. It's called Swagger.
Yeah.
So he maybe had some swagger back then.
And his grandson died not long ago. Drug overdose.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that just bad.
Goodness.
Do y'all remember this young lady, Lisa Bonnet? She was born on this date. Did you say it?
Well, I think you pronounce it Bonnet.
Really?
Yeah, I think
That's
it's like
Bonnet.
a French. It looks just like Bonnet. It does.
So that's kind of like,
I think they say Bonnet.
Let me put it in Southern terms. Depending upon where you live in town, your name could be Connard or it could be Cunard.
That's right.
And that's the truth. Y'all know that.
It's kind of like some people say potato and some say patata.
None of my
Some
friends say
people say
potato.
tomato. Some say tomato.
The biggest argument that will go on till we all pass away will be pecans. Is it a pecan or is it a pecan?
I say pecan. Pecan just sounds like something in a hospital.
Yeah, somebody from up north done come called it a pecan. But it's seriously, that's one of those that is just.
But now Georgia says pecan.
They do.
They do say pecan.
Mississippi, it's a little
And they
bit
got
opposite.
a lot of pecan trees. Yeah.
Mary is agreeing with you. Lisa Bonnet. Yeah, that's one of those. Pecans.
Pecans.
Huh. I'm going to learn one day to do it. 1981, this was the biggest event that happened on that day. As a matter of fact, 30 million people would pull up a chair, quit farming. They would quit whatever they were doing to stare at the TV for a half an hour. Maybe it was an hour back then. Do y'all remember this? Laura and Luke married.
Yes, they did. And then she I think she was put in the hospital for years and years and years. I don't know if she went crazy. I don't know what happened. She went crazy on the show.
I hear that you're restyling Kurt's hair to look like this. Is that true?
No, but I did hear you. That's one of the styles that you're looking to go.
If
for.
I could have hair, I'd do it.
No, that's bad.
But look, that was the style back in those days. In the 80s, there was a lot of farms lost because people would stop to quit farming to stare at TV. Next thing you know, they want to go back to work.
I wonder if that's a perm or that's his natural hair.
I never watched the show, so I don't know.
I don't know either.
But there's 30 million of you out there that watched it one time, that's for sure.
Yeah.
1990, this would be in theaters tonight. Kind of goes back to what we just talked about. Rocky IV, or is that 5?
5.
5.
Yeah, 5.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
If it was IV, or what?
Why do they use a 4?
I don't know.
Yeah, I get confused over that. I remember that as a kid, getting confused with my Roman numerals.
Yeah, that was kind of a hard thing at one time.
Some people are good at that. I just wasn't.
I'm good to 10, and then after that. I mean, well, I guess 10, you just add the little things. But
You would have to stare at it to make sure you got it right.
Right, yeah.
If it's a V and 2 I's, that's 7, right? Or is it something else?
Yes.
Okay, making sure.
X would be 10.
Yeah. Harry Potter, it debuted on this date back in 2001. And this was met with a lot of controversy, especially in the Deep South. People said, well, hey, this is going against our religious beliefs. We don't believe in that. And there was a lot of places that forbid their children to watch that show because of that. And it's a huge hit nationwide. But I do remember that being a real spoken about thing in our neighborhood when that came out.
Yeah. Yes. It's still kind of controversial, I think.
It is still to this day. Now, there was a big movie that was great. I watched Denzel Washington in it. But before Denzel took this to the screen, and I think they've got a new TV show with a lady playing the Equalizer now. But before all of that, I can remember as a kid sitting down, I don't remember which network it was, and watching this, the Equalizer. His name was Edward Woodward. He passed away on this date back in 2009, but he was the Equalizer.
I don't know that I ever really watched that.
You didn't? Mm-mm. A lot of people, it's starting to fade from their minds. In a couple of years, it won't even be worth mentioning because they go, who? What? It's getting there.
I've watched I don't know what the guy's name is, but have you ever seen those Transporter movies?
Oh, love them.
Yeah, those are good.
Yeah, that is beyond good.
Yeah. That is a neat thing. Those movies, they'll keep you on your toes. Action filled.
Debbie just sent me a text, and I have to agree with this on her. Here in Meridian, her maiden name is pronounced Farah. Where she came from, it was Farrar.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Huh. I called her Farah for the longest before I realized it has more letters in there. Let's see here. That's a quick look at what happened on this date. Maybe you remember some of those things. It's good to go back down memory lane and take a look at that.
Somebody was asking what's being built across from CVS at College Park. I'm not sure. I know they're tearing the old, I guess they used them as dorms. I don't know if they were at one time part of the hospital over there, the Maddie Hersey.
I've got the answer to that because I'm going to do a news story on it. Hang on. I got to
okay.
I got to find it.
They
here.
are tearing down the old buildings that were there, and I wondered that too. But I do remember when the old Maddie Hersey Hospital was there. I know it was a big old hospital.
How many people in a day do I text?
Yeah. There was a lot of. We need to have Alan Brown on about the Maddie Hersey Hospital. Doesn't he have some stories?
Oh yeah, he sure does. Making way for the new tennis softball complex is what is coming there.
Okay.
I knew I had it. I just had to dig up in there and find it. We're going to do a news story on that. I got some pictures of the building coming down. Maybe you've seen it and you hadn't.
Okay.
But
well, good. That's a good thing.
Yeah, so gives you a little insight of what's happening in Meridian. We got more to come. Scotty Ray and Candace, as we try our best to get a smile on you today. We hope that's working.
Yeah.
We'll be right back with more here with Scotty Ray and Candace.
Have you heard? Jackson Flowers has moved to their new location on Highway 19 North. They have been a part of the community for over 60 years here in the Meridian area, and they are continuing the same great service that you've known for decades to their new location. They offer floral arrangements, live and artificial, a gift shop, fall and Christmas decor, along with birthday treats for the pups. Visit Jackson Flowers in their new location 2 miles north of Walmart on Highway 19 North. Jackson Flowers, for all occasions.
Rock House Gun and Pawn is open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. Lots of different calibers and brands to choose from when it comes to hunting rifles. Whether you're looking for a new pump shotgun or an AR, the Rock House will have the gun that you need. With a huge selection of ammunition for just about any caliber that you may be looking for. Pistols, scopes, and a whole lot more. Plus a private lobby for your confidentiality when it comes to your pawns. Rock House Gun and Pawn, located at 5430 Highway 19 North Meridian. The Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville is passing on these Thanksgiving savings. And if you don't have time to cook, check out these prices on fully cooked large turkeys at $40, small turkeys $30, whole bone-in hams $55, and half bone-in ham $35. Piggly Wiggly chicken or beef broth $1.69. Bruce yams 15-ounce can 2 for $3. And Cairo syrup $2.99.
And we're down home, down the street, Piggly Wiggly.
Snowden and Company is there for you. Why? Well, they sell houses. They help you get into a new home, big, small, tall, or whatever you want to call it. That's what they do every day. They know this. They know these contracts. And if you've ever dealt with buying a home and you sit down at the bank, whew,
It's a lot of paperwork.
it is.
Yes.
They know it. They do it every day. They know what to look for and tell you exactly what all those big words mean. It's not necessarily big words. It's pages upon pages.
That's right.
We know that. They'll decipher it for you. They'll be there through 5 o'clock this afternoon, Saturday, by appointment only, and closed on Sunday. Whether you need a home this big, as I mentioned, with many bedrooms, where you got a bunch of in-laws moving in with you, and you need a wing, they'll find that home for you. Maybe it's just you and your spouse. They can find those also. No matter the location, from Lake Ross Collins over to in the forest area. Maybe you want to go toward Jackson. They've got all that. As you'll see Amanda, this is her. See them. They're great folks. Visit them on Poplar Springs Drive at the office or online. Call them at 453-3937. That's the number to get in touch with them. They'll make it all simple for you and affordable. Talk to them.
Yes.
They'll help you out there. Let's see, already 20 minutes till the top of the hour as we start digging into a few of the headlines that's shaping across America. And let me tell you, there's a lot going on. Kevin Spacey, you remember him?
Yes.
Had a big
He's
role.
kind of been in and out of the news for the last couple of years.
Did you watch House of Cards?
I didn't. I heard a lot about it. I heard it was a good series.
I made it to one or two seasons, and then I dropped out. But it was really, really good. It got canceled when the first charges came about him. He is now being charged with 7 additional sexual assault charges.
In Britain.
Yeah, he's been all over the world doing this, apparently.
Yeah, and it's attacks on men.
Yeah, the entire,
Most of them, yeah.
all of them.
All of them. Oh, all of them. Mm-hmm. I knew there was
You didn't know that?
many of them. I thought maybe there was a woman or two in there. I didn't know. It was all men.
He wasn't. That wasn't his flavor, so to speak.
Oh, okay.
And a lot of them were younger, and we'll see what becomes of that.
Well,
Woohoo! Sam, does that name mean anything to you? Does crypto? I mentioned this morning of that company of the Bitcoin stuff. The
Right.
guy that started all that became an instant billionaire. The stock started tumbling, money started disappearing. He ran to the Bahamas.
Right.
They've got a private plane that's going to fly him back to the United States so he can be charged.
and then money started going to the Democratic Party,
Yeah, he funneled a lot of money.
into the Democratic Party.
He's in deep trouble, him and his executives, of what they did with the money. Sounds like jail time is coming, is what
Well,
we've...
it almost makes you wonder, was somebody behind that the whole time? And that was just
You talking about making the stocks go higher?
well, was there a certain group of people behind that the whole time to get people to put their money into that?
Brett Favre is going to lose money. He had invested into
right.
it.
Kind of like a scheme, type thing.
Maybe so. I don't know. There's going to be a huge investigation into this. There's money missing everywhere, and they can't account for it.
Right. And, they were pushing wanting to go to the digital dollar so much. And
They were.
I wouldn't trust it.
Now, there's a lot of people there in the beginning that jumped in that made money and sold and got out.
Yeah.
But if you stayed for the long run, it's not good now. So what happens when you have that near-death experience? What are some of the things? I read this article that says your life does flash before your eyes for a brief moment there.
Right. And I think it probably opens a lot of people's eyes when that happens, and it changes them for the better in some instances. Maybe they look at things in a totally different light, and things that they should have put first, they then put first. But
Right.
some people, it doesn't change at all. I don't know.
And I don't know this, and maybe there's somebody out there that had to be brought back that had CPR, but they're saying that if you're going through that and you're knocked out, that people remember what's being said in the operating room, or the people that are giving them emergency help. Even though they're 100% knocked out and doesn't look like they can hear you, they actually do remember some of these things.
Well,
I found that interesting.
Yeah, I've often heard that if somebody, say they have a terminal illness and it's their final moments or whatever, I've often heard that they can hear you to the very end. They can hear you.
So always talk to your folks.
Yeah, yeah.
That's kind of important there. I thought I would bring that up, though. Interesting thought there. Let's see here. They've got to sign a pledge to the company. if we're talking about Elon, that he's passed out a thing, and it is probably a company policy that they've got a sign now that says, I'm going to abide by these rules. And he tells them if they don't sign it, they get 3 months severance pay and they no longer work for him. He is shaping up that company quick.
That's good.
We'll see what becomes of it. And of course, there's another side that does not want that to succeed now.
Somebody said the city is going to raise money to build a skateboard roller skate park. Do they mention where it could be built?
They have mentioned a
in a
place,
safe
and
place.
I don't remember where it is. It was brought up by a council person. I didn't realize we had that many skateboarders like California in our area.
Yeah, I didn't
I
know
just
that.
highly-
I think there's. I think it's great for kids and stuff, but I think there's a lot of other things too that need to be.
No, the one thing
addressed
that
with
comes
money.
in my mind with that is you better have double security there. The only thing that comes to my mind.
Yeah.
It's great that we do things for the kids in the area.
It
but
is.
Yeah, that has been discussed a lot. I just don't
I hope
remember
it's
the.
safe too, though. Yeah.
And was there a walking trail or something somebody
Yeah,
was going
there
to do?
is. Well, I think they've done it. I think they.
Is it safe? I mean, could I go drop you off and pick you up on the other side of it and you feel good about doing it? I put her on the spot, but I was just curious because I don't even know where it is, to be honest with
I'm
you.
gonna just tell you, in this day and time, I would watch my back wherever.
Yeah.
I just
You got a
think
good
that
point.
just think anywhere you are, you need to be aware of your surroundings because nowhere is immune to crime right now. It's just not.
Hey, and I don't mean to say, let me ask, did you get this out of your wallet?
I got this at the bank yesterday.
But did you get it out of your wallet when you come in?
Yes, out of my purse.
You know why
I had
bring
it
that?
in a little slip from the bank. The little paper slips from the bank.
I stopped and I wanted I had this hankering yesterday. I'm going down the road in my Lincoln, and I think, boy, I sure want a thing of peanuts. So I whoop in to get me a little package of peanuts and a Coke.
Yeah.
And the lady in front of me, and I know, and I'm fixing to tell something everybody and their brother's seen. The lady in front of me, it was $2 and something, and she reaches down up in that brazier and whoops out $2. And I said, oh, gosh. I mean, she's all up in there digging for that $2. I was like, yeah,
Wouldn't you love just to be that other person on the receiving
y'all
end
just
of the
keep-
money after people been digging it
y'all
out
just
of
keep the change. I'm okay. Y'all know that happens.
Yeah, I'm sure that a lot of people don't want to carry a purse, but wear
A
something
fanny pack?
with a pocket or something. I don't know.
But you've seen it, haven't you?
Yeah, I have.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bringing you the untold truths what go on in convenience stores. Let's see here. As we go back to California and look at a wedding. Couples get married. The photographer is filming the whole thing. That special moment, he gets mugged.
Gosh. That's awful.
That's what happens when you defund the police, folks. California, IA, is where that went on. San Francisco, as a matter of fact.
You've seen people say, hey, will you take this picture for us? And then the people run off with the camera.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that happen? I have.
Jeff Dean's calling it underwear money. Boy.
I don't want none of that.
Now, this concerns me because we have so many Americans that really need help, that are down on their luck, times are hard. And I do believe that the United States has to help other countries when we can. But have we not given enough? Biden has gone back to Congress and asking for another, look at that figure, Candace.
37 billion with a B. Billion.
For more aid for Ukraine. When is enough enough?
Yeah. And then 9.5 more billion with a B to prepare for the COVID winter surge.
How can we keep going with this? It's like we're printing money with no way to pay for it.
I don't know. It's just like, it's crazy to me.
That's a lot of money. I don't even know what the total figure is now that we've already given to Ukraine. And again, I'm not running Ukraine down. They're in a bad place. But we're going broke doing this, are we not?
Well, it's within our own country. They're running this country into the ground and taking care of everybody else. It's crazy to me.
We do have a huge problem with homeless in America, but you could actually use some of this as programs to help them, to where maybe there was housing and they had to work for a city that they lived in to be able to stay in that place to where they got their meals or there's things that could be done.
Yeah.
But we give our money to other countries. I'm not saying that some of it wasn't needed.
Yeah.
But do you just keep going with it?
Yeah. It's crazy. And another thing I was reading yesterday, the crime in cities, even our own city. I mean, crime is so rampant nowadays, and not just in our town, but lots of other towns. There are federally funded grants that you can get to help the law enforcement and help with things like that. And I would love to know if stuff like that's being applied for. I mean, I would love to know.
That's
because there is. I mean, you need to give your officers incentives to do better. If they do a good job, give them a promotion, give them a raise, whatever. And there are grants available to help do stuff like that. There need to be groups formed, and
Right.
also, so I don't know. Money needs to go elsewhere, and I don't know. It's crazy.
What happens if you get accused of a crime? Mm-hmm. America has never seen the crime because, there's never been any video
Right.
released. Would you not plead, "No, I didn't do it"? Wouldn't you do that too?
Yeah, if I didn't do it, I would not be saying I did.
Yeah.
So.
Paul Pelosi, you remember the guy that broke into the house with, we think maybe a hammer after NBC's report was janked off and the guy was fired?
There's been so many different reports.
He stood in court yesterday and said, "I didn't do it. I don't know what y'all talking about. I didn't do it." We'll find out what happened. We'll know. Let me take that back. I have to be honest. I don't know that we'll ever really know. But he was in court yesterday and said that he was not guilty. Just thought you might want to know.
That's a real odd situation right there. Because, there's been tale that Paul Pelosi opened the door for the police.
And that's what cost that guy's job.
Yeah. He opened the door like nothing was wrong. Now, I'm going to tell you what. If somebody was after me with a hammer and the police come to my door and I did open the door, I'd be running for my life. I mean, I would be running out the door. And they said he didn't do that.
I feel like somebody's chasing me with a drill. I don't know if everybody can hear this in the background, but I hear a drill somewhere near our studio.
He's busy building or creating something.
Y'all just don't know how rough it is living with a woman that has a drill. Whew. We got more up and coming. Y'all don't rush off. Thank you so much for dropping by. We'll be right back.
Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs, your local pharmacy and gift shop, thanks you for your continued support. Whether you shop with us in-store, through our app, over the phone, or in our drive-thru, our team will provide the best personalized customer service experience you expect from your local pharmacy. When you call or message us, you are promptly greeted by the Mr. Discount team that's ready to help. When you choose our pharmacy, you're choosing a locally owned pharmacy that cares about you and your community. Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs makes a difference.
H&H Residential of Meridian is your #1 carpet and flooring store. If you've been thinking of a new look for your home or office, call for a free estimate or consultation. H&H can install or you can do it yourself. H&H has all of your design needs from color, style, and texture. If you can dream it, H&H can make it a reality. Come see the large selection of hardwood flooring, laminate, vinyl, and even carpet. H&H Residential of Meridian, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4, 321 Hawkins Crossing Road. Call Rosemary anytime, 601-462-9541.
Time to stop spending your entire weekend mowing grass. Step up to a Skag zero-turn lawnmower. Freeman Tractor in Collinsville has the #1 rated zero-turn mower, Skag, with cutting widths from 36 inches to 72 inches. Skag, the #1 choice of professional landscapers because they know nothing outcuts or outlasts a Skag. 0% financing for 48 months with payments starting as low as $129 a month. Stop by Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 and see coleslaw or buttermilk. Godwin Cleaning Services, well, they got everything ready this morning. They're out and about. They're cleaning driveways, roofs, all types of things today, even hospitals. Boy, and they spend a lot of time up there with extra crews to go to Mississippi State to clean things.
Yes.
So it just goes to show whether you've got a home or a business, they're professionals that know what they're doing. The latest equipment they got, they go up in a bucket. They've got all types of things with, well, the latest when it comes to drones to cleaning. Reach some hard-to-reach places there. Get rid of the mildew, the stains through the years.
They can make it look brand new.
Yeah, got just enough time before Thanksgiving to call them.
That's right.
Get it in. Fleet washing, a whole lot more that they do there. Driveways, make it all spick and span for the holidays. If it's not Thanksgiving, Christmas is coming. 253-8262 is the number to call. They'll come out and take care of your deck or your steps, whichever it is. See them today. Again, right here in the Meridian area. They take care of it all. Godwin Cleaning Services, 253-8262 is the number to call to reach them this morning there. Tony's headed back to hot Atlanta. Be careful over there. They got like 12 lanes of traffic. You don't know where to go. Aren't you?
I don't like Atlanta traffic. Oh, my goodness.
We don't know how blessed we are with our little problems that we have. You drive into Atlanta and it goes to 12 lanes, that becomes an issue.
I'm telling you, and people will run right over you if you get in their way. They mean business.
90 is like slow over there.
That's right. And I had a friend that used to live over there, and she said that it would take her like an hour every morning to get to work. And it wasn't that far. Just traffic jams. Traffic jams on the way home. Traffic jams to work. And God forbid you got to go get a hamburger at lunch.
Or have a flat. Can you imagine having a flat there?
Yeah, it would be
Not
bad.
my pick. We see in Idaho, I don't know if y'all have heard this story yet, but 4 students were found dead in an apartment off campus of Idaho University. 4 of them. They're looking for the suspect now in the murder. How sad that is. A lot of upset parents as we do this. As we look across this, they say the middle class and upper class are starting to go, well, Walmart's not such a bad idea. As prices get higher across America, people look for bargains, and they do.
That's right. Yeah. Everybody's hurting right now.
We do see that in Georgia, that a judge has overturned the 6-week abortion ban, and they're moving it now to 22 weeks of pregnancy in Georgia. That's the way it is, and that's what's happening there in Georgia this morning.
It's 6 weeks. They say you should be able to hear a heartbeat.
Right. They've moved that now to 22 weeks. Not sure if Herschel's going to get elected or not. Georgia. Microsoft, as lawsuits happen across America, now they're asking executives to disclose if they had, if somebody has a fling, they need to go ahead and tell the company if they had a casual fling with an employee that was sensual, that they both agreed upon. So that's coming to corporate America all across. Lawsuits happen. We know it does.
Yeah.
We'll leave that at that.
It's crazy.
So somebody might be asking you that.
I guess they're worried about, an employee suing, so they want to know beforehand.
They might
Are
have.
you involved with anybody?
That's what's happening there. We also see that they say that marijuana smokers are more likely to develop lung cancer than a smoker. Imagine that. Still taking in stuff into your lungs you don't need.
Yeah.
So just beware. If you partake of a lot of that, it could get your lungs there. It's kind of an update of what we've seen. A lot of gunshots last night.
Yeah, that's continuous. It seems like every day.
Candace has lost $5.
I sure have. I've lost $5, and I ain't never gonna hear the end of it. Yeah.
Gosh, I love being just
rubbing
that
it
one
in.
time that I did get ahead.
Just that song, "Rub It In." Rub it. Yeah.
Billy Crash Craddock.
Yeah.
It's going to be cool tonight, below freezing at 30. Tomorrow night, even worse. If you don't have propane, contact your dealer today and get you some propane. They'd be glad to hear from you there.
And hay for your pets. If you don't have, if they're outside pets and you can't get them inside, or you don't keep them inside, make sure they have some warm hay to get in.
Absolutely. We'll see y'all bright and early tomorrow morning. We'll be here throughout today to keep you up to date what happens in our area across the state and nation.
That's right. We hope y'all have a blessed day, and we'll see you back at 8 a.m. in the morning.
See you then.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners: